I am Jeff Foxworthy, and welcome to Gamekeeper Podcast. If you want to learn more about farming for wildlife and habitat management, then, buddy, you are in the right place. Join the Gamekeeper crew direct from Mossy Oak Land Enhancement Studio as they discuss the latest wildlife and habitat management practices, news, and, of course, hunting. There's no telling what you'll learn, but I'm going to tell you, I bet it's interesting. Enjoy.
The Coon Dog Eulogy, written by William W. Ramsey. A group of solemn men dressed in black, morning coats and hip boots, wearing carbide lamps on their heads, stood beside a mound of soil in a freshly dug hole. A hunting horn sounding and the bay of hounds filled the air. Four similarly dressed men walked slowly towards the gathered crowd, a small wooden box carried between them. When the box was lowered into the ground, one of the men spoke the following: "Let not your hearts be troubled, for in his master's swamp are many den trees. If it were not so, I would have told you. He has gone to prepare a place for you, and where he has gone, Old Red will go also. Dogs, they say, do not have souls. They only have hide and bones. But I believe there is a coon dog heaven, and Red is gone where the good coon dogs go. Anybody that coon hunts has to believe in God. If you have known the music of coon hounds on the trail and heard the excitement in their voices when they strike and seen them eagerness and determination when they tree, if you have seen their courage and bravery in the tough fight with an old boar coon, if you have heard their anguished cries and howls, if you have seen the ugly gashes and bleeding wounds and witnessed their resolve to never quit, you know there has to be a God to make an animal like that. And a God that would make a coon dog won't forget him when he is gone. There is a coon dog heaven, and Old Red is there, and every night he runs, and the den trees are there in the old swamp. And the old hunter's moon hangs low in the west, and the coons don't go up no slick bark trees, and the carbide don't run out, and there ain't no bull nettle and sawbriars, and the old masters always knocks the coon out and lets Old Red grab him and give him a good shake. Then he gets a pat on the head and climbs back into the kennel in the back of the pickup truck and goes home and sleeps all day. 'Cause he knows in coon dog heaven he can hunt again when the sun goes down and the tree frogs holler. May the bones of Old Red rest in peace through the mercy of God, and may the coon hunter's light perpetually shine upon him. Amen."
We're live in 3, 2, 1.
All right, everybody. Lanny, I have been looking forward to this one.
I'm telling you, this one's been a long time coming.
Long time.
Yeah.
These are the hardest guys to get.
They're busy.
They're busy working.
Yeah, that's right.
But we have been trying
You
to
don't know much about
coordinate
that,
this
do you?
one. I know all about that. You just what in the world are you talking about? I'm so excited. I've got a new coffee mug.
Look at you.
Did we get to flip a coin on that coffee?
Did you
mug?
just take the mug?
No, Lee I said I'm gonna put that right on. I'm gonna put that right
You
on.
deserve it.
Yeah, you do.
So on the couch we've got Lee Hatton and we've got Frankie Hatton, and they are from northwest Alabama.
That's right.
These guys are real interesting. They are. I don't know if the right way. They're responsible for promoting the heritage, caretaking the Coon Dog Cemetery.
Yes.
In Cherokee, Alabama. Lee, Frank, I'm so glad y'all are here.
Good to be here. Thanks for having us.
We have, Lee, how long have we been trying to do this?
About a year.
He's persistent, if anything.
He is
hey, wait,
persistent.
if you find out you got turkeys, it gets really bad. So just be you warned.
Don't even mention that.
Don't even mention anything about turkeys. But you and I can talk about it
Yeah.
later.
I'll show you some pictures after a while.
Yeah.
Have y'all got enough room over there on that couch?
Well,
Yeah,
it's going which way we turn.
Yeah. And Frankie, I'm told you were almost Francis, but it worked out.
Yeah, I outgrowed that.
Barely.
Oh, that's good. Well, all our life, and I've actually been and seen this sacred place, but there's just a lot of rumors, a lot of stories, a lot of legend about the Coon Dog Cemetery, and so what we hoped to do today was to get you guys to tell us about the history of it and just we all saw it in the movie Sweet Home Alabama.
That's not a real good projection of it, but
Did you get
everybody knows it that way.
Did
so.
you get to meet Reese Witherspoon?
No, we did not.
Oh,
only on television.
did they what? So they used the original sign and moved it somewhere else? Is that what
Yeah,
happened?
so they borrowed the original sign when they made the movie, and we never got it back. So. So it's still out there somewhere.
Somebody's house in California.
Probably.
It was
so,
actually
yeah.
Bear. It was Bear was the sign.
How about that? So going back in time, when did this get started?
Well, in 1937, Key Underwood, him and his buddies coon hunted in that area, which is now Freedom Hills Management Area. But they had a hunting camp there, and they would go there on the weekends and spend time hunting with their dogs. And Key made the statement he'd never intended it to be what it was. But when Troop, his coonhound, passed away, he decided he'd bury him in their favorite spot to hunt. So that's where he buried him, and he buried him September the 4th, 1937, on Labor Day. And then it just kind of followed suit after that. His hunting buddies, when their hounds died, they wanted to bury him beside Troop, so they buried him beside Troop, and it just caught on. And now we have a little over 350 dogs buried there from all over the country.
Love it.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
I went there myself once, and I remember seeing that Troop grave marker. I didn't know at the time that one was the OG, but it definitely made the pictures on my phone.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful site. I mean, it's like this cove site, and when you're there, there's just something about it. It's I don't know how to explain it, but
How was the site selected?
That was where he
It's
hunted
just where
mostly.
they hunted. They
Where
had a
they hunted
hunting camp there, and they would spend their weekends running hounds, treeing coons, and spending time with each other there. And he just decided that was their favorite place to hunt. So when Troop died, he wanted to bury him there.
Cool.
So.
Is it just a couple acres and some public land, or is it?
Well, it's nestled in the middle of Freedom Hills Wildlife Management Area, so it's actually
NWMA.
state-owned land, but it's real secluded out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
But back in those days, it was just a hunting camp.
So you used to have a cabin there, you would think?
I don't know. We don't see any remnants of a cabin, but it's a possibility. I know there's a spring there that the legend is that they used to moonshiners.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
used
there's
to
an old
use that
chimney. I
spring
remember an old chimney
to make moonshine
years ago, back in the 70s when I was young. There was
Yeah.
an old chimney there.
So they had to have some kind of dwelling there. I listened to my dad talk, early on in deer hunting days, their camps, But, there weren't cabins like, they had tents and were sleeping on the ground. And what do you say? If you found a deer track, you followed it till you found what made it.
Yeah.
So we all kind of cut our teeth getting to go coon hunting. It's so much fun at night, and spending time with a bunch of guys and the dogs.
I have
running.
never been coon hunting. I got to tell you, Bobby, but
We need to fix
Yeah,
that.
I need to fix that. I do. Something I've always wanted
Is
to do.
that
When
you
you-
have never been?
No.
Play the.
I've done squirrel hunting
We
with
had some-
dogs. I've never been coon hunting at night.
Listen to this sound. Listen to this sound.
I know where a bunch of coons are, too.
Well,
Oh, now I love the sound of dogs working. That reminds me more of my early deer hunting days.
that keeps you out of trouble, coon hunting, though. And ones that likes to be out at night, if you
Yeah.
take them coon hunting, it keeps them out of trouble.
Yeah, that's right.
So
That makes sense.
going back in the day, coon hunting was a big part of the hunting heritage.
Well, hides brought a lot of money back then. When I was young, I remember my daddy selling hides for $20, $30, and $40 a piece. As long as they was clean, you didn't let the dogs eat it up real bad, chew it up real bad. So that was a way of making money then.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money back then.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money now.
So a guy could work a normal job at the lumber mill, and then that night he could go hunting and supplement his income and have fun doing it at the same time.
Yeah, as long as you could tan it and do it properly, that it would bring a lot of money.
I've always thought, Laney, I never got to meet Jerry Clower. He's probably the most infamous coon hunter.
No doubt
around
about it.
histo-
That's the one I
historic.
remember from being
But
young.
he said it was so fair that the coon, because the coon has the option to walk down that tree and whoop all those dogs.
Every time.
All 12 of them.
So, look, we're getting to know y'all a little bit. Let Dudley, why don't you shoot them some rapid fires? Let's kick this thing.
Go ahead and get the ball rolling
Yep.
with that.
Yeah, we can learn more about them. This is brought to us by our buddies at Nutrient Ag Solutions.
They are good guys.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I don't know if y'all have ever experienced a rapid fire set of questions before, but let's just say Lee goes first. Frankie, you answer second. I'm just going to ask y'all about 10 questions real quick. Try to give me a quick
He usually
answer.
does all the talking. I just usually correct him from time to
Okay,
time.
well, do it that way.
Yeah.
Do
He'll
it
go
what works
first.
best for y'all. Okay, so are you ready?
I guess.
I doubt
Might
it.
as well be.
Name your favorite dog you've ever owned.
Oh wow. I would have to say it was probably one that I still own. His name is Main Street Blood.
Main Street Blood.
That
That
sounds
was a good dog.
Sound
name.
like a gang.
You got
Yeah.
a favorite dog?
Mine's buried at the Coon Dog Cemetery. Actually, the brochure's got his tombstone. That's Flash Jr.
Flash Jr. Love it.
Flash Jr.
Have either of you ever owned a pet raccoon?
Several.
Yes.
Okay.
When I had one back in the 80s, all the boys got mad at me riding downtown because I had a coon up on the dash. And you know how many girls I could get in that truck with a coon in that dash?
I bet a lot. They're cute.
They tell me I need to take that coon home.
They're the cutest mean animals you'll ever meet. Do you believe in dog ghosts?
No.
Okay. All right. Fried deer meat. Do you add ketchup, gravy, both, or none?
None.
No,
None.
Okay.
fried
What-
correctly.
There you go.
What is your second favorite animal to hunt?
I would have to say deer.
Yeah, dear.
When out hunting at night, do you wear snake chaps or snake boots?
Absolutely.
And in the summertime, snake traps, not in the wintertime.
Okay. If you could pick only 2 magical weeks out of the year to chase coons with your buddies and dogs, when would that be?
It'd be fall and the spring. Sometime
Okay,
in
so
fall,
there's
spring.
really nothing like there's just this favorite time.
Not really.
Okay.
We do it
In the
year-round.
spring,
Y'all
you
like
got-
it so
yeah.
much, you just go whenever
It's
you
not
can.
as it's not as fun right now in the heat, but
Yeah, I
we
can
do it
imagine.
year round.
A lot of times when you got cornfields, coons love the roast ears.
Okay.
So in early spring, when the corn has roast ears, that's when most of the farmers want some, thinned out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Got
that's-
it. Food. What's better? Skillet fried corn or corn salad?
I'd say skillet fried.
Skillet.
What is your preferred model of 22 rifle?
Ruger.
I'm
1022?
1022.
1022.
I'm gonna say Remington.
Okay. Okay.
I had a Speedmaster for
I was
years.
thinking
The
say
Speed- I got a
Speedmaster.
Speedmaster.
I was trying. I thought, what's
Love
it called?
that
Speedmaster. That's
Tube feed, just like the Marlin 60.
Yeah.
Do you think a full moon affects raccoon movement and hunting?
Yes.
Yes.
Hey.
And last but not least, do good dogs go to the same heaven that we go to or their own version of
I
heaven?
sure hope they do.
There you
Yeah.
go.
They go with us.
That's a great answer.
That is a-
That's a good job.
Yeah. Good job, Dudley. Well, look, so he said the word. When I rarely hear somebody say raccoon, it's always coon. It's coon dogs, the Coon Cemetery. It's coon hunting. Is that what y'all encounter as well?
Yeah, you can usually tell when people really don't know what they're talking about when they say raccoon hunting. It's like either they've never been or they really don't understand it. So
That's often like my first time to say it. When
What
I'm-
animal are you talking about?
A what?
it's always been coon hunting to us.
How did y'all get started coon hunting?
You supposed to go first?
Okay, well, so our grandpa fox hunted, so we grew up around hounds all the time, and then Frankie's got a brother that coon hunts too, and Frankie's dad got us probably started hunting, taking them when they were in diapers, and then I would go visit on the weekends and stuff and start hunting with them when I was probably 5 or 6 years old. And
Yeah.
Yeah, we hunted off horses and mules. We had them trained to jump a fence without damaging it, and we really didn't have no limits as long as we had permission to be on the landowner's land. We could pretty much go wherever we wanted to. But the first incident I had was I was like 5-year-old, and the dogs had treed one in under a creek bank, and Daddy actually shot it and killed it. And the dogs, I reckon they was too chicken to bring it out. So I had to go in there and get it out. So
Sounds like a lot of my childhood.
It's way more fun than going to pick up a little dove out in the field.
And so when I was in the first grade, our teacher took us to see where the red fern grows.
Oh.
And I already knew a real life Billy Coleman. I already knew all about that because my uncle and my cousins coon hunted. So we've been doing it for a long time. We still do it a lot together. So
That's one of my favorite books.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's-
if guys have a Lanny, Hayden, Logan, they need to read Where the Red Fern Grows.
We'll get them lined up.
It used to be required when I was coming along.
It was in elementary schools where I was first introduced to it, for sure.
Great story.
He actually went and got 2 red bones.
I did. My first house was.
I think one of them was your birthday present or something.
Well,
His
he
daddy
actually
got-
wasn't full-blooded red bone. He actually come from
Bruce Howard.
Milton. No, my first one came from your daddy
Yeah,
and from Sharon's daddy. They had crossbred dogs and had a,
with Rock and Red.
yep, had an English-looking dog and a red bone-looking dog, and had puppies. And that was my first puppy was a dog we called Rusty, but he looked like a red bone.
That was my favorite dog ever, was
Yeah.
Rusty. So, can we get into that, like the different dog breeds? Y'all said y'all have experimented with hybrids before and things like that. So, most of us don't know anything about this kind of stuff.
Yeah,
so,
so-
just if y'all can get into the dog breeds and all that.
Yeah, so most people, the majority of people hunt trim walkers. I hunt English coonhounds. You have black and tans, blue ticks, American blue ticks, English blue ticks, plots, red bones, and that's the most common ones
Yeah.
you run across.
That red bone, that's the dog that what you'd see on Hee Haw back in the day. That
Yeah,
think
he was
that's
sort
what
of a
I've got.
bloodhound.
That
He
was a
was more of a
bloodhound.
bloodhound than he
Was.
was a actual red bone coonhound.
Okay.
And what kind of dogs were Dan and Ann? I forgot.
They
They
were
were red bone.
Red
They
bones.
were red bones.
American red bones.
I got to find a picture of my dog, and y'all can tell me what kind.
Who, Elvis?
Yeah, no, Deb. That's what
Deb.
we call him, yeah.
So do y'all see? It doesn't seem like people coon hunt like they used to.
Well, there's not as many people coon hunting as when we grew up, but it's still a real popular sport. I mean, most
Yeah.
people competition hunt these days, and it's pretty intense and pretty.
How does that work?
Well, so the two major registries are PKC, which is Professional Kennel Club, and UKC, which is United Kennel Club, and they sponsor hunts all over the country at local clubs. And now they have pro sports series hunts and truck hunts where you
Yeah,
win
one of my
brand new
friends.
trucks. And
One of my friends has actually done won 5 brand new pickups.
Golly.
Wow.
We need to get into coon hunting. Bobby, why didn't you tell me about all
I
this?
didn't know about
We
all
win
that.
a truck.
Well, last year at the World Championship in Ohio, there was 1,000 dogs up there.
Golly.
They have to split them out and send them to different areas.
And how do they grade a dog?
Yeah,
on,
how's
on a
that
hunt?
judged?
It seems like some of it would be subjective.
Well, you're most of the time you're in a cast of 4. The first dog to bark gets 100 points. Second dog to bark gets 75. Third 50. Then the second one 25. And then to sort of help the dog on the points, the one that trees first gets 125. Then the second drops down, but you got a time lapse within a minute. If that dog don't nothing else go tree with him for the first minute, after that minute he can only get 25 points. So if one gets over here all by himself and he's treed, he's going to end up getting the most points regardless. Whether it's a possum or a coon, one or the other.
yeah, so you got a scorecard within the cast. Every cast has got a judge, and the scorecard's about the size of that painting right there, and it's all kind of rules and stuff. There's too many to really go through.
So a
but-
cast is a group of dogs.
A group,
yeah.
Okay.
mostly a group of 4s, according to how the quantity of dogs is at the competition.
And it may be dogs they've never even been around.
Most of the time it is.
Okay.
Unless it's like me and my neighbor, we went all the way to Texarkana, Arkansas, and drawed one another.
Okay.
So they put them in a hatch, and draw them out. So
So you know what your dog sounds like.
it's just like you calling me on the phone after I've talked to you a time or two. I know your voice.
Can the judge learn it that fast, or is he just taking your word for it?
After about twice,
Yeah,
most of them
a
will
good
be okay.
judge will pick them out pretty quick.
And it's the first dog that barks.
Well, so after you turn them loose, the first dog gets what you call strike points. First dog smells a coon, a track, and opens a strike, gets 100 points. And then, like Frankie said, and then the next one is 75, then 50, and then 25 in a 4-dog cast. And then they're running the track. And these days, most dogs are so independent, you'll never go to the same. All 4 dogs will be treed on 4 different trees
Okay.
somewhere through the country. I mean, that's what competition hunters want. you know.
Okay.
So back when we were younger, it didn't matter. You wanted dogs to stay together and pack and run the same coon and be up the same tree, and that way it's easier to gather them all together and when you got ready to go home. But these days, a good competition dog is going to be independent and going to be by itself with a coon treat, hopefully. So the first dog that gets treed first, and they got a locate bark, lets you know that, hey, I'm fixing the tree. And all of them have a distinct bark, most of them do, and you learn that. And so when they locate and start treeing, you would tell the judge, my dog's treed, or tree my dog. And then he'll start a stopwatch, and dog has to stay treed for at least 3 minutes before you can start to the tree. And he has to bark once every 2 minutes.
Golly, there are some rules.
If he
Yeah,
stops barking for 2 minutes, 2 minutes catches him, you get minus points.
Yeah.
If he leaves the tree, you get minus points. So there's all kind of rules. And so the goal is when you get to the tree, shine the tree. You get 8 minutes, 6 minutes or 8 minutes. Shine the tree.
It's which one you're on.
It depends on
It's which one.
Depends on if you're UKC or PKC. And then you shine the tree and hopefully find the coon. And they're not easy to find, especially this time of year.
They do allow you to use thermals now.
You
You just got to find him and then show him. You can't just use the thermal to say, well, here's the heat. You've got to find him in that area. That helps you locate him in a thick, brushy tree or something.
Sure.
You know.
So either the judge has to see the coon or the majority of the cast has to see the coon, and you get plus points for that. If you can't find the coon, if it's a big, thick tree or a den tree, you get circle points.
Okay. If
So
he's
it
up
really
in there,
don't
head
count
up.
against you. In PKC, you can actually win on circle points. UKC, you have to see a coon. You have to have plus points. But so if you can't find the coon, and it's evident there's not a place of refuge or there's not a coon there, you get minus points. Like it's a slick tree. You're barking up the wrong tree.
And you get minus strike and tree. You get minus both.
There's a Jerry Clow story about a lion coon dog.
Yeah. So he's being false both ways.
So you get penalized for having a lion coon dog.
There ain't but one thing that monkey
Yeah, we ain't got that. It's a good thing we didn't have that monkey with us on a bunch of them.
I was just going to say, aside from competitions and such, I mean, how long do y'all normally go out?
Yeah.
I mean, on a normal night, I mean, does it just depend?
I used to tell my wife I'll be home when the doorknob turns.
There you go.
Because
It's according to how the weather is too. It sort of, now that I've got older, makes a big difference. So
Yeah, but you don't ever know. But
Say 2 hours, most
these
times 2
days you
hours.
can kind of predict it because we have GPS and we can tone them, make them come back when we want to, but back, when we were younger, we didn't have tracking
All the
systems.
electronics,
You just turn them loose and
You
hope
guess.
for the best and
Go get them eventually.
go get them when they
yeah,
get
we'll go
treed.
find him in the first tree. You step over there, he lays underneath it. He didn't go nowhere.
Yeah,
Y'all
so-
ever left your coat in the woods and come back next morning? he's
Yeah.
laying there?
Oh yeah.
Huh.
Four
Just
tracking
smelled you.
collars, that's the way we did. We had them old, like Mutual Omaha and old beep beep trackers.
Yeah.
You couldn't tell how far they was. You just know they was that direction.
And lay your coat down and come back, smell
And
it,
they'd
and lay
come
on
back.
there.
Yeah, there's many nights that we've left dogs in the woods and have to come back the next morning and get them, and just they'll be laying on a shirt or a coat
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
they recognize your smell, and that used to happen regularly. It don't happen no more. I mean,
Technology is like with the Garmin tracking systems. You can actually look at it and see which side of the creek, like if it's a pretty good sized creek. We've walked, a half a mile trying to get to the dogs and get to them, and they're on the other side of Buddy Hatchie River, and there's no way of getting to them. Where now you can see which side they're on and go
Start
ahead
out
and
there.
do that.
Is it a tree and release, or is it a tree and...
Yeah, how does that work?
well, so competition hunts, it's just scorecard.
Yeah.
You just see the coon, score it, and leave.
Don't shoot the coon?
No,
No, there's no harm in the coon in competition.
and we don't harvest a lot of coons anymore. I mean, if you're training a puppy, trying to get a young dog going and stuff, you might give them a few, but we don't kill a bunch of them.
Just
There's no, I mean, they don't bring anything. Hides aren't worth
Yeah.
anything anymore.
Yeah,
so-
no, we primarily after them because of nest predation stuff.
Yeah, most
turkeys.
of mine is actually deer hunting clubs calling me and say, "Hey,
Come
we
get 'em
got
off
some
my
live
farm."
traps out.
Yeah.
Come get them." And then after deer season, all the ones in our area, I can hunt all their properties, and they come with me a lot of times.
So that you'll keep those. Will you keep those live coons and then
I'll take them to my competition areas where I have to
and
guide,
let them loose?
and I turn them loose. Especially a lot of times there'll be a sow, and you can tell she's got little ones. She'll be real big, so take her somewhere to have her little ones.
Yeah.
Do y'all think there's more raccoons right now than there were back when y'all?
Absolutely.
People feeding the deer, as y'all know, also feeds the coon.
Oh, yeah.
Even though the coons don't have saliva glands, most of them are digging the wet corn out of the ground. But if they don't have that, they'll dig it out of the feeders to get it on the ground to get it wet.
They don't have saliva glands. See, learn something new
Well,
every
that's
day.
why
would
you
be
see
why
them
they're
dip it in
always
water.
People think they're washing their food.
But
just
they're
wetting
not.
it.
They got to wet it.
Man, Mitchell, did you know that?
Yeah, I've seen them,
know
and
My
like
goodness, Lanny.
years ago when
What
I
are
had
you
some.
talking about, Mr. Coon Master? You didn't know that either.
I knew they all. I thought they washed their food.
They're not that clean.
No,
All you care about is that they got a baculum.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not all of them have a baculum, Dudley. Do you know how that works, Dudley?
I think I do.
We need to explain that to you. You know, while we're here, Frankie has a knife made out of a baculum. It's laying there. There'll be we'll do a photo so
is
guys watch
so
it.
It's a
cool.
piece
It
of art.
really is.
It really is.
I mean, I guess you could use that if you want to, but it's more of a conversation piece.
It's more of a conversation
Yeah.
piece.
What else have you seen a baculum turned into and used for?
Well, toothpick mostly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Are they hollow?
No, they're
Okay.
solid.
Dudley was thinking about making a turkey call.
I've seen some earrings made out
I
of
bet
it.
you
There
could
you
drill
go.
it out
We'll-
into a wing
We'll
bone.
get some made and send y'all from
Yeah,
here.
you need one in your nose.
wing bone.
Most old moonshiners used to use them.
Popcorn
for-
Sutton wore his in his hat.
Yeah.
Remember?
Oh, yeah.
That's
I
what he
did
run
remember.
out, run off his pot on the moonshine.
Huh. Oh, that is true. I've never seen that. So, just listening to this, if you're not competition hunting, do you hunt with one dog or a cast of dogs?
Pleasure hunting, I'll take one older dog, and then have a young dog with him.
Training them, showing them
Yeah,
along.
because if you get too many young dogs, it's like too many kids. They all get to fighting and fussing, and it's better to train that one with an older dog.
Mm-hmm. And how do you start your young pups out? Just taking them hunting with that older dog?
Mostly, yes.
Or you
You
drag
know,
her-
sometimes I will say a competition, getting ready for a competition, where nowadays they got like a super stakes, and the younger the dog, you can enter him into these younger events.
Oh, okay.
Where just, older dogs can't hunt in it. It's got to be like 12 years or younger, 1 year or younger. But they give, a $30,000 prize for
Yeah.
that. So if you can get that puppy to doing his best at a young age, he does better.
You can make
So
some money.
It does better just hunting him with an older dog. And that keeps him from making, to me, it keeps him from making a lot of mistakes. Like running a deer or treeing a possum with
Yeah.
an old dog won't do that. He'll teach him not to mess with that game.
Yeah. And on a typical good night, how many coons will y'all tree?
Depends on what part of the country you're
There
in.
you go. Yeah.
Around the house, 2 or 3 coons. You
Yeah.
can treat a couple, 2 or 3 coons in a night. I visited Oklahoma last year and treed 13.
Yeah.
In like 2 hours. It just depends on where you're at.
I think there's some spots up here. They'd be busy all night.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
ain't gonna lie about it.
I've came down here before at West Point, and it was I enjoyed it.
There's a lot of.
But then it was a wet season, a lot of water everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was more swampier than normal around home.
So do y'all ever do any kind of depredation? Some hunting camp that's real big into turkeys. Do they ever offer to pay y'all to see how many you can?
They
They probably don't want you to let
It would
them
be
go.
very
yeah,
nice
we
if they
really
would.
can't
They
probably
wouldn't-
can't say, but I won one in February. They invited all coon hunters to come to a local hunting club, and the one that killed the most coons in a 3-hour hunt won the pot of money, and I won the pot of money. So.
Hey man, we need to get one of them going around here.
Yeah.
So that's how they did. So that was good. There was several people.
So how many coons did you tree in that 3-hour period?
I treed 3,
Nice.
but they had actually took the feeders up, and that's what I told them. If they really wanted them thinned out, you're just gonna have to keep the same routine that you'd been doing.
Right.
Not quit feeding them for 2 months. Then hey,
then
y'all
come in
come
there and
thin
hunt
them
'em.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want them thinned out, let us come right at the end of the season. That way they'll still be coming to that area.
Yeah.
Is there any? I've always heard about the old boy coon, the one that walks in the dark of the night, that would get up in the
Wobbles.
tree and tap the tree. He'd go over to another tree and maybe.
I've actually witnessed it. I was sitting in the edge of a cornfield hunting a young blue tick, and the creek might have been 15 foot from where I was leaned up against a tree. I actually seen a coon come down the rows of the corn, come across in front of me, climb up that tree maybe 10 or 15 feet, jumped out of that tree and landed in the middle of that creek.
Huh.
That dog come right there and treed up that creek, went up that tree. And I said, well, I'll never whoop another one or try to correct him when I get to him and he don't have nothing. Especially after witnessing that, you know, I thought, well, ain't no way he'd have known that coon
He bailed
jumped
off, did
that far. He
cannonball,
run out that limb and jumped out there 20 foot.
Yeah, and there's times if while the dog's treeing and you walk into the tree, you can see a coon topping out going into another tree if the limbs are close enough, and they'll keep going as far as they can go to try to get as far away from there as you can. But I've actually witnessed the same thing as Frank, and I've seen them climb trees and jump out of that tree, and you think they're going to hit the ground, and they'd catch onto another tree,
like
maybe.
a squirrel.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. It's harder for them to do because they're a little heavier, but they can do it.
How do you do you train your dog to watch for that or be aware of that, or is that just a special dog figures
Some
it out?
of it's the dog's nature. Some of you dogs, as soon as they smell where it goes up the tree,
They'll tree.
that's where they're going to stay.
Some of them will check a tree, so they'll smell up that tree and locate like the coon's here, and then they'll get back down and make a circle around the tree a few times.
See if he went on.
And then they'll come back to that tree and locate again. But if they pick him up, if he's left that tree, they'll keep going. The good ones will do that.
So more than likely, they're barking on scent, not actually seeing the coon.
Yeah, they're not seeing the coon most of the time.
Yeah.
And some of them's colder nose than others. You know, some of them it needs to be within 30 minutes before they can smell it. After that, they'll just go around in circles out there, and that's usually what we call blue ticking. They've got lost. They don't know which way to go.
Every now and then, this time of year, you know, if you're hunting corn patches and you get a coon going in a corn patch, the dogs can get close enough to it that they can actually watch it climb. They'll see it climb, but most of the time it's by scent.
I bet a lot of these corn feeder coons have a lot more fat on them than they used to.
Yeah, they're fat.
Yeah, they're spoiled.
They're lazy.
Look like a small bear up on that first limb.
The trash pan.
Yeah, they don't climb very high.
Y'all ever tree any odd stuff that you weren't expecting to find?
I'd say bobcat.
Bobcats.
Bobcat, we tree a few bobcats. Yeah. And if you're close to city limits, somebody's house cat threatened to kill you. You know, your dogs treat their cat. They don't like
And
that.
there are times you'll tree a possum and a coon up the same tree. You know, people on competition hunts, you'll be ready to minus you for treeing a possum or scratch you for treeing a possum, and you keep looking and there'll be a coon up the same tree.
Especially a den tree. I've witnessed that on a den tree. We was in the world championship, and it was actually my dog that made a tree. And we get there, and there's a big old hole, and there's a possum right outside of that hole. And it wasn't very high. And he said, I'm going to have to minus you. He's got a possum because we can't see the coon. And he did. He minus me. Because you can't mess with the tree or nothing. I said, you care if I get on this tree limb and get right up here? He said, I've done scored you. So I got up there and took a picture of it, brought it back
coon.
down. I said, the coon's in the den.
He wouldn't budge.
Have you won the world championship?
No, I've placed, my brother actually hunting my dog placed 10th in the Nationals.
Wow. Is that held in the same place every year?
No,
kind of move it around?
they move it around, try to keep it in the middle like Aurora, Kentucky.
Yeah.
You know, up in there, Florida, Illinois. Try to keep it in the middle of the United States most of the time.
How many acres would y'all cover in a night? Or does it just depend on how many coons there?
Well,
Depends on the
according-
dog you're
yeah,
hunting.
yeah, it's according to how many entries you have. They'll split them out to different hunting clubs. They'll send like 40 to Florida and 40 to somewhere else,
Yeah.
and just different locations.
Like pleasure hunting, it depends on the dog. Some dogs hunt a block of woods out.
Like a squirrel dog.
You know,
Yeah.
they'll stay kind of close and they'll go around you. But a lot of your competition dogs these days are straight line runners. And
Yeah, like a racing.
they'll hit a field or they'll hit a tree line and they'll just run it till they wind a coon or smell a coon, and they allow it to be a mile before they open their mouth. You know,
Wow.
it depends on which dog you're hunting.
And do you have a pleasure dog versus a competition dog?
I have a puppy trainer and then a competition dog.
I gotcha.
I got an older female that I won with when she was younger, but one night she got her eye put out,
Oh, no.
so I use her to train my puppies, and she'll actually leave, and if one of them don't follow her and he's playing around my feet, she'll come like within 30 foot of me and just stop. That puppy run to her, she'll take off running and take him
She's
with
training
her.
them.
She'll take him
That's
with
cool. What's her name?
her. Addie.
Addie.
Yeah.
I love all the different dog names.
Yeah, I do
And you
too.
got to get creative after a while if you got
If you're into the dog thing, for sure. I still don't know how Bill comes up with names.
So you guys, you probably have some kind of medical pack on you the whole time you're in the woods because you never know what's going to happen to your dog.
Band-Aids mostly and Neosporin or something.
Yeah, so we spent the night in a emergency vet when my blood dog, when he was younger, he had treated a coon, and I was on the side, but I was actually in my truck, and he was on the edge of the creek, and I drove down there to the creek, and when I pulled up, the headlights hit the truck, the coon bailed out and jumped out into the creek, and he jumped off the bank after it in the creek, and I was thinking, I didn't see the coon at first, and I was thinking, why is he leaving the tree, you know. But he caught that coon in the creek, and the fight was on, and that coon got up underneath him and tore his throat pretty bad, and it was a pretty intense scrap there for a few minutes.
I
And
bet so.
I started seeing a lot of blood in the creek, so I was thinking it was the coon. I wasn't thinking about it being his, and I finally realized it was him bleeding that bad, and I got him away. The coon got away, but I pulled him off the coon, and it had almost got his jugular, and I keep blood clot and stuff to stop like ears from getting cut pretty bad. I keep them in my hunting pouch and stuff all done, but I couldn't get the blood to stop. So we called the emergency vet. Me and my wife took him, drove an hour to emergency vet and left him through the night, and he almost didn't make it. So,
Dang.
stuff like that happens. But to your point, we always keep stuff to stop stuff like that, but it was so bad I couldn't stop it.
Baking soda usually works.
I think he had a razor blade or something with him. I don't know.
Right. He jugged him again.
Yeah.
Yeah, worst I ever seen was a hog. A puppy had bate a hog,
Oh, yeah.
and it cut him up. We had towed him out.
Does
Yeah,
that,
we've lost
does that
several
become
back in
a
the bottom because
problem?
of
I mean, do they run the pigs?
The younger puppies that usually
Hadn't been
not
broke
trained yet, they'll bait them, and once they corner them up, they'll cut them up. I've had one I went back and got the next day, and she was dead. I had my tracking collar on her, and she didn't come back where I turned her loose. So I asked the landowner, could I walk back her, and it was obvious she'd been cut up by a hog.
Oh,
Man.
We've lost several right back here. Sure have.
Yeah.
those pigs are brutal.
They're rough on them.
Yeah.
We've had them fall out of trees. We've got one buried at the cemetery that my son was hunting one night, and he had treed up a leaning tree and climbed about 30 foot and fell out of it and killed him when he hit the ground.
But they're doing exactly what they really
wanna do, yeah.
want to do.
So that's right.
That's
I mean,
what
that's
they're
what they
what
live
they're,
for.
what they're bred to do. That's what they're actually
Yeah.
bred to do.
So aren't the coon dog breeds and the hound breeds a pretty American thing?
Well, yeah. They are, but they were all pretty much started from English foxhounds.
Okay.
that
Yeah,
come
George
over.
Washington brought fox dogs over.
Yeah. So they all used to be English dogs. I give all my Walker dog buddies.
Yeah.
a
Well, I
hard
reckon
time
we all
'cause
would come over.
They all used to be.
They
English
probably
dogs.
have a redneck accent by now if
Yeah.
you could hear them
Yeah.
talk.
Yeah.
I love it.
So, kind of going back toward the cemetery thing, you mentioned that. How did you guys fall into taking care of the cemetery?
I'll let Frankie talk to that because he started it before I did.
Well, I was young. And I just wanted to go, and then I guess once I got my license, Daddy actually took us before I got my license, and after that, I just went every year because I loved it, and I like sitting around to the older back then. A lot of your older coon hunters, I love sitting right in the middle of them, listening to some of their stories, and it was just amazing to me some of the things they talked about.
So they'd gather up around there.
Yeah, the older guys would gather up. There was a big, I guess it was a poplar tree, and they would sit all around underneath it in their lawn chairs, and I'd sit right in the middle of them just start to listen to them.
So when did it kind of turn into a thing where people were wanting to, can I bury my dog there?
Well, since the beginning, since '37, but it's actually grown more since Facebook and all. We went to the cow and everything. Say back in the early '90s, when everybody was able to pick up a phone, pick up this, and it just kept growing and growing. And now, we sell knives year round and sell them like on the 85th anniversary. And we have people call us from New York, Washington D.C., everywhere, Texas, wanting a knife. It's just more popular now.
We've got a roster we keep at the site at the cemetery, so people sign a guest register when they get there, just so we know where people's from. And there's people from all over the country and other countries. I mean, there's people from England and Italy and places that that have signed the guest registry. So it's a pretty big thing. And if you've never visited, I'd highly recommend you visit it.
Yeah. So I went with a group of friends, and we all stayed at Tishomingo State Park.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then, let's see, we went and hiked at Cane Creek Canyon one day. It's like a private spot, but you
got Rattlesnake Saloon.
yeah, and then we went and ate lunch at Rattlesnake Saloon and did that, and then we went to the Coon Dog Cemetery, and then drove home.
Yeah.
That's a great day.
Well, we made a weekend out of it.
Yeah.
And we had a good time. And then in that area, if you like doing like canoe trips or float trips, you got Bear Creek.
Yeah.
And you can do that run. They've got like an outfitter there, or you can just bring your own boats. But it's a fun part of the state.
It is a fun part of the state. We spend a lot of time up there too.
There's a motorhome industry close to it too, and a lot of the ones that comes in buys motorhomes will call.
Oh yeah.
And on yearly maintenance of their motorhomes, they'll call. You won't know if it's open 24 hours or is it behind a gate.
Yeah, I never thought about that.
They come.
That
There's
is
a lot. There's a lot
mecca
of
for
them.
motorhomes.
So can't just anybody bury a dog there? What's that process
That's right.
like?
So we get calls all the time about that, and it's reserved for a special, coon dog, not necessarily a coon hound. There's a difference.
Yeah.
You coon hunt, you know the difference between a coon hound and a coon dog.
And what is that?
Well, a coon hound is if you're born any breed of the coon hound breed,
Yeah.
like a trim walker. A coon dog is one that actually is hunted and trees coons.
I have a coon hound.
Yeah,
Yes,
there's a
gotcha.
difference. So people call all the time thinking because they have a pet, that's never hunted and never got off the couch that they can bury a dog there,
Yeah.
and stuff. But we have pretty tight regulations about what criteria a dog has to meet to be buried there. And we're on the board of directors, and there's 5 of us, and we vote on, we ask that if a dog is titled in any registry, UKC, PKC, if they're a night champion, grand night champion, in PKC, if they're a silver champion, gold champion, platinum champion, whatever, then we just need a copy of that. That lets us know that they've competed and won at a big level. And we ask to see a copy of that, a photo of the dog, just to make sure it is of a coonhound breed. And then we charge $250 for a burial fee. If it's not a competition style dog, just a pleasure coon dog, we ask for 5 signed affidavits from people who have hunted and witnessed the dog track and tree wild raccoons and raccoons only. And that's
By himself.
yeah, by himself, and that culls a bunch of them.
I bet so, yeah.
That really thins it out. So it's the best of the best.
Yeah.
To get buried there. So that's kind of the way it was set up, and we try to keep that going.
How many dogs are there now?
About 350.
300
It's hard to tell because back in the 30s and 40s, some of the old, there's still
Land
some
markers.
stones there, but there's some missing, so it's hard to keep exactly. But it's around 350.
And there's some really neat markers.
I bet so.
There's some good sayings.
I've got
Yeah.
one
I
right
want-
here from a dog born in 1976, died in 1989. His name was Track. And they punched it out of some thick aluminum sheeting is how they made it, and then stuffed it in the ground. And it says, "He wasn't the best, but he was the best I ever had."
But what are some of the sayings that you guys have heard or seen up there?
Well, you'll see treed somewhere. I've seen one that say that. He's treed somewhere.
The dog we have buried there, Rage, that's what his says, treat somewhere.
Treat
But
somewhere.
a buddy of ours, Hunter Jones, he's got a dog buried there, Hammer Time Red, and his says if he trees in a mailbox, you better open it up and look because he's got him.
He's in the
He's in the
mailbox.
mailbox.
Here's one from Doc. He says, when when the hunt was in doubt, Dr. Doom was still out.
Yeah.
Loved by John Starnes,
I've seen that.
Noble, Arkansas.
Yeah.
Wow.
Are there any more that stand out to y'all?
No. That's all, but most of them he says is one I was thinking.
He was good as the best and better than the rest.
Yeah.
So most everybody that buries a dog there puts some kind of monument up.
Yeah, they do.
I
They
think
do.
so.
Yeah, we don't have any requirements for it. Some people just put a cross there with the dog's collar that they wore their most of their life or whatever with a name tag on it. Some people go really all out and spend a lot of money on a headstone. A lot of people do sandstone, and have them carved.
Yeah.
And have some kind of dog treeing or something like that on them. Some of them put their pictures on them. We really leave that up to the person.
Sure.
burying the
That's the
dog.
reason it's unique because everybody does their
Everybody
own
does a little
thing.
bit
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah, or is the place? Do y'all have problems with people vandalizing it or kind of?
Yeah, we do, and it's been going on for years and years because it's so secluded out there. I mean, it's out in the middle of nowhere. Like we said, it's in the middle of a wildlife management area and on a back country road. So a lot of people just drive out there for maintenance.
Mm-hmm.
But we have a couple of concrete statues that's been out there for years and years, and in the past we've had them come out there and destroy the statues.
Oh.
Shoot them with rifles.
Shoot them with rifles. And at one time, we actually had to put one of the main monuments, we put a chain link fence with razor wire around it to keep people out of it.
Wow.
But we did away with that.
Well, they went to shooting it instead of climbing over and vandalizing it and painting on it. They just went to shooting it with rifles.
Yeah. We had a big sandstone that had said Coon Dog Cemetery and on it. Somebody stole it a couple years ago. And then here recently, like I said, I painted the sign that's out on the entrance going into the cemetery. There's a big 4 foot by 3 foot sign out there with a coon dog on it that says Coon Dog Cemetery. And I painted that sometime like 2013. And I'll take it down every couple of years just to refresh it, touch it up and stuff. And I've been working out of town so much I didn't realize it. And we was at our last board meeting, and they said, "Oh yeah, the sign's missing. Somebody stole the sign."
Yeah,
so
right.
so I asked my wife to just put a feeler out on Facebook, just say if anybody has any information about it, we'd like to try to get it back or whatever. Because I was just assuming it was some teenagers and getting into some meanness or whatever. But a few days later, Frankie gets a phone call from a guy that lives about 10 miles from me and said, "Hey, I got the sign."
Wow.
He said, "I bought it at Dog Days up in Tennessee, and he offered to give it back, which I offered to buy it back." I said, "Well, whatever you get for it, we'll give you money back." He said, "No." He said, "I don't want, he said, I don't want you to."
He was a
pay
real
for it."
nice
He's a
guy.
real
That's
nice
cool.
guy.
Hit the horn for him,
And
Rich.
yeah,
Wherever he is out there.
He did the right thing, so I painted him another sign.
Nah.
He's a collector of stuff like that, and he didn't realize it had been stolen. They'd told him it was one that we had replaced it and discarded it. But
Yeah.
so we got it back. It's at my house now. Somebody shot it with a .22.
Yeah.
Actually did a pretty good shot on the coon.
Shot it right between the eyes.
Yeah, so I'm having to touch it up. I'm trying to get it done before our Labor Day celebration.
I told him leave it like that.
Tell us about that Labor Day celebration.
Yeah, so every year we have a celebration every Labor Day just to raise money for the upkeep of the cemetery and to celebrate that Troop was buried there on Labor Day in 1937. And we have a good time. We have vendors come out and set up. We have barbecue plates. L.O. Bishop?
Yeah.
Barbecue provides barbecue every year, and we have a buck dancing contest. We have live music, buck dancing contest. Yeah, we have a really good time. So if you ain't doing nothing Labor Day,
Yeah.
we start about 10 o'clock and go to about 3 o'clock.
Wow.
Yeah.
And is the actual land that the cemetery owns, is that in a
trust or
trust or how do you have that?
The land actually belongs to
It's
actually
actually
belongs to
state.
state Alabama.
Oh, it does?
because
Okay.
it's part of the Freedom Hills
WMA.
Wildlife Management Area. Yeah, and so we're just a nonprofit organization, Friends of the Coon Dog Cemetery, who just do that
Gotcha.
upkeep.
Lawn care,
volunteer.
mostly the lawn care.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
all the proceeds go to the lawn care.
Sure, keep the place up.
The
Makes
upkeep
sense.
of the cemetery.
Yeah, there's something about it when you're there. I know this sounds weird, but you can feel it in the air.
Oh, I'm sure you can. I mean, the relationship hunters have with their dogs is,
I'll
I don't-
have to
I don't know
say
anything
it's
greater than
it's
that.
different than being in a human cemetery.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I felt more like reverent or something. There was something going on. You know, when you were walking around taking photos of all the graves, and
yeah.
it was it's a beautiful sight too.
I hate people that are vandalizing it.
I do too.
Yeah, we need to.
Yeah, was it last year the flag? I don't know how to get the flag. Year before last.
Year before last.
I think it was year before last. We got there to get everything set up, and I'd went and bought lights to go on the flag to shine on it. We wouldn't have to take it down. And they got the flag, they got the rope, pulled the flag up, plus all the lights.
Good grief.
So my son had to skimmy up the pole to run the rope back through the pulley to put the flag back up
I
there.
might have to hide a couple cameras.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was afraid they'd just shoot them. I actually mentioned that. I was afraid they'd just shoot them.
It's just hard. It's hard to keep it under control because of where it's at.
Yeah,
but-
it's so rural.
yeah.
You know, I heard there's a book.
Probably a bunch of young bobbies driving around.
Yeah,
And
we-
a bunch
All
of-
right, go ahead.
There's a book. Look,
So-
it's embarrassing that nobody knows
Knows
this.
this.
On Moon Underfoot.
Yeah, the story I wrote, Moon Underfoot. There's a kidnapping and there's a ransom, and I set the exchange, the money exchange was set in the Coon Dog Cemetery. And you guys probably didn't even know that, did
He's
you?
making,
Well, now
he's,
you do.
he's making it an outlaw scene now.
Yeah, what do you?
Can we get royalties off of that?
I think it got so
Sweet-
famous.
Sweet
they had
Home
to
Alabama.
They had to add it to the banned books list.
Probably did. Yeah. Yeah, nobody knows about that, but
That's interesting.
Thank you, sir.
well, always had a little. There's just been a soft spot in my heart for this place. It's
Yes.
just so special, and we all Atlanta hit it. We all love our dogs so much.
Oh, my
They
goodness.
mean so much to us, and the way y'all are honoring, coon dogs. It's just now that Facebook and these other places are here and the word is spread out. I bet you do get people from all over just wanting to come see what in the world this is.
We've had them actually visit and then want to be taken actual live coon hunting. I had a group from Sheffield, England, that actually came and I took them hunting, and that was just amazing. to
I
see.
bet it was.
Even
you
though they-
gave them a
yeah.
once in a lifetime experience.
Yeah, they showed up in flip flops and shorts, so that didn't work out too good. But, so
Y'all gonna get towed up. Where
Yeah.
we going?
Can you imagine when they got home
Yeah.
and they were like at their next tea
yeah,
party?
they sent me the broadcast. They actually mailed it to me. I've got it somewhere at the house, but it was hilarious.
What time of year was that?
It was in blackberry season because they didn't know what a blackberry was.
More chigger, apparently.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
they
they
was
did.
itching.
Well, I just looked at them, shook my head. So, yeah, I'll take y'all.
Yeah, sure.
So do folks get upset when you say, "Hey, you're not gonna be able to bury your old trusted dog"?
Yeah,
they
they do. They take it personal.
They do.
I'm sure.
Don't mean it negative,
Right.
and it's just not understanding the rules.
Yeah.
We've actually got some kickback from some folks about not burying any breed of dog there. Why is it secluded to coon dogs? Well,
Yeah.
Because it's the
Because it's the Coon Dog Cemetery.
I got a beagles in the backyard, and it bait a coon one time. Can I bury it there?
yeah.
Yeah.
So it is the only one in the world. So it's a very special and unique place.
So this place is in Cherokee, Alabama, which is in Colbert County, and it's kind of the north. If you're looking at a map, it's up there, kind of the northwest corner of the
Yes.
state.
Yes, really close to the state line there in Mississippi, off of Highway 247.
What would be the nearest community?
Red Bay.
Red Bay would be south.
It's south,
of there,
and
and
Cherokee's
would be
north.
Tuscumbia is not too far. Tuscumbia is
It's
probably,
east, the northeast of
probably
it.
20
Yeah.
miles.
We had a young lady, Lanny, if you may remember this, Courtney
Conring.
Conring.
Yeah.
Thank you, Doug. She, I think she's the manager up there at the Freedom
Yeah, on the
Hills.
state part
Yeah,
of it.
she's a
Oh, that's
biologist.
right,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
She
I
was
think
doing some of
she's
the burning.
Yeah.
She's actually on the board of directors
Yeah.
with us. Yeah.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Yeah.
She does a lot of good upkeep on it. We actually started out, it might have been a half acre, and they've actually come in there and cleaned it up. It's probably 2 acres now.
Oh,
Opened
good.
up, where you can park. And used to we had to park on the road, and they've really cleaned it up.
That's good.
Mitchell March was there before she was, and he done a good job of getting that stuff cleaned up too.
Excellent.
So if it met your criteria, you would tell somebody, yeah, y'all come on. And do y'all tell them, here's the little place, and then they show up with a shovel and kind of do their own thing?
Yeah, so once we get all the information and they meet the criteria, we'll vote on it as a board to say, yeah, it does meet the criteria to be buried here. And then we'll notify them and let them set the date when they want to bring them. And we leave it up to them to bury the dog themselves and provide whatever headstone they want to. But we do require certain depths that they be buried.
Yeah, it's best. We've realized it's best for one of us to be there.
Yeah.
Y'all may have learned that though.
We have learned
12
that the
inches
hard
a
way.
long way from 36 inches deep.
And that red dirt, I bet that's hard to dig that
Yeah.
deep.
The coyotes don't mind finding it.
No, I bet they don't. Mm.
But yeah, there was one I remember. It was just a T-post and some trapper wire,
Dog collar.
and a leather dog collar.
Leather dog
And
collar.
that was a very moving one to me. But I think you just kind of sit there and reflect on some of your old dogs, and it just brings up all these memories. I'm telling you, y'all need to go and check it out. It's really cool.
I've actually never been there. I've driven by it a couple times though, and I'm like, "Hey," I'm talking to my wife. She's like, "What?" And I'm like, "Oh, no, I'll get this on the way home."
At the end of the table, you guys have been so kind. Y'all have brought us a replica of the sign to hang
Yeah.
up here in the studio. Lee, did you paint this?
I did.
That's amazing.
It really is. Look, well, that'll have a little place of honor right here.
We're
in the
moving
studio.
Hercules.
Yeah.
No,
Out of
yeah,
here.
we can't do
Gone.
Hercules.
I'll take Hercules with me.
We've been trying to get rid of Hercules for like 2 years. Now we finally got what we need.
Maybe you can get my 3-year-old 12 point.
Yeah.
So
That'll be better.
Take the emotional wound off the
Yeah,
wall.
yeah. I'm tired of looking at it.
so that's just a replica of the sign
Yeah,
that sets
you're
it
going
to-
down the road, you see that where you pull in.
Yeah.
It tells you which direction.
That's a replica of the sign that got stolen and we got back that I'm having to do some touch-up painting on now. So
You know,
It's a fine job painting.
Sweet Home Alabama is one of my favorite movies. I like Reese Witherspoon for some reason.
For some reason.
I'd like to think somebody just forgot to bring that sign back to y'all,
I'm sure they did.
and maybe this podcast will jog somebody's memory.
Certainly somebody
We have got a lot of
LA
listeners
is
in L.A., I'm sure.
Listen to this.
Lower Alabama.
Reese lives in Nashville.
Okay. Well, is she a gamekeeper?
Well, I'll just reach
She
out to
should
her and
be.
see if
Yeah,
we
you
can't
just
figure out what's
hit her
going on. 'Cause
DMs
She's a
up.
good
I
person.
sort of like the dog better than her. I like Bear.
you know what's funny about that is Bear wasn't even a coon dog.
No, he's a blood
He's a
hunter.
bloodhound.
Yeah, so-
You got. There's a lot of. I can tell that I'm digging into a little sore subject over here with you guys.
Well,
the difference.
Yeah. So the Coon Dog Cemetery doesn't have a wrought iron gate around it in the middle of town either. So
Yeah.
It did bring a lot of attention to
Yeah,
what you guys
it
do.
did, and we're thankful for that. We're not really being a negative. We're sort of just cutting up.
Yeah.
we just
Nothing wrong with
critiquing it a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to ask, like, is there any way anybody can support the cemetery if they want to make a donation, or I mean, is that how it works, or is this just
Yeah,
people
we
pay to bury their dog and you?
No, we welcome any donation. We have a Facebook page, which is Friends of the Coon Dog Cemetery. They can go on there and contact any of us if they want to donate money to the upkeep of the cemetery. Would be greatly appreciated.
Bring
and-
your water bottle when you come, because that spring has some really good water.
Yeah, it does.
That made good wine and whiskey back then.
I
I
bet.
bet it did.
Is it an artesian well right
When I was little, there was a still down there.
Yeah, it's just a spring.
Okay. No, it's not artesian. I don't think it would kind of be shooting out of the ground. But there are a lot of them in Alabama,
A lot of
like
them,
in
especially in that
Beaverton,
area.
right on the side of the road. You
Yeah. Just
stop
gushing
in
out
front of a
water.
house and fill up all your water.
Actually, that's how he ended up with Troop. Is the owner of Old Troop went to prison for making moonshine
Ah.
and left Troop with his wife, and they had 3 or 4 kids, and she sold Troop to Key.
Okay.
That's how that happened.
Insider information.
That's right.
The
That's good
rest of the
stuff.
story.
Yeah, you love that, don't
Yeah,
you?
that's good stuff right there. Moonshiners and coon dogs. And
The hills of Alabama,
it's-
baby.
there's a lot of meat on that bone right there to chew.
I think Bobby might come out with another novel after this.
I don't know, Bobby's tired.
But Bobby's working on this podcast too much.
Dealing with you all day, it
It's
exhausts
tough,
me. I
it's
leave
tough.
here just exhausted.
Yeah.
Well, guys, this has been really interesting. Before we close this thing out, we've got a trivia question, but you guys, I know you're going to nail it because I just know you are, but we're going to ask it anyway. Richie, who won this week?
All right, we got Matt Thomas on YouTube left a review. Best podcast ever.
What?
Ever.
What?
Forever.
That's like the best-
Did you pay him?
It's like the best cup of coffee
Yeah,
ever.
you must have paid
I
him or
don't know
something.
him, but
I learn
that's
new
awesome.
things every episode. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Thanks for all what you guys do.
Hey, man.
So, but our trivia is brought to us by.
Our boys at the Peanut Patch.
And let me just tell you what,
Y'all
Lee
like
Hatton's,
boiled peanuts?
his eyes lit up when he saw.
Hand trucks. We got to have hand trucks.
That's what I'm talking about. Y'all in the right
Yeah.
spot.
We'll be eating peanuts for days.
Yeah.
Do you both eat them?
I love them.
Yeah. Have you tried these buffalo flavored ones yet?
No, I don't think I've tried those.
You like the hot and spicy ones?
Yeah, I like that.
I like the hot and spicy ones too.
We got buffalo flavor over here?
Oh, yeah.
Are you holding out, Bobby?
Well, me and Dudley ate most of them. There might be some left.
They are good. We're gonna send y'all home with some for sure.
That's right.
Okay, thank you.
But look, I'm
All
a
right.
little embarrassed on this one because I know y'all gonna nail it.
Well, you go the other route. I mean, it's like a really hard question here. you
Yeah.
know? So-
Well, before we do that,
You gonna
so
ask
Are you gonna let
difference.
him? Are you gonna let him ask the question?
well,
You're going to ask us this
the
is
guy
Bobby
that
boy
left-
and a girl?
Bobby's
or-
going to throw a curveball.
You didn't take this out of where the red fern grows or something like that, did you?
Where? Yeah. So let me just cover this base. The guy that left that brilliant review, thank you so much.
10 out of 10. Baby.
Wins a companion shirt.
Boom.
So you need to get in touch with us, and we'll get that sent to you. So thank you so much.
All right. So, back to our super hard question here. What novel popularized coon hunting with a new generation?
Where the red fern grows.
Hey.
Whoa!
Killed it.
Holy cow!
But there is a bonus
Hey,
to
so
that.
we have a bonus.
Okay.
Oh, no.
You don't get two. Red Fern
How
Rose, too.
did Billy come up with his new names for the dogs?
He seen him on carved in a tree on his way back from Tahlequah.
Yeah, he
Had a
nailed
heart
it.
around down and out.
Can you quote the red?
Just about.
Isn't it a great book? Can you? You can't read it without crying, Lane.
He didn't cry at the end of it when the lion killed it. Then he laid up, went out there and died beside him.
That is so.
That's why I don't read it, because I'll be crying.
It's so tough. Oh my goodness! And look, while we're here on this, I owe a shout out to Mississippi State University, the vet school.
Oh, yeah, taking care of Copper the way
I
they
took
do.
Copper up about 3 weeks ago, and I was crying. When we got to the front desk, they started asking me questions, and I could not answer one of. My wife had to step up and just kind of take over.
Yeah.
And
Now here he is back in the office.
I didn't think he was going to come home.
Yep.
And 5 days later,
Here he is.
he's laying in the office back there.
Yeah.
But they figured it out.
He come by pretty easy a while ago. I seen him come easing by.
Yeah.
Well, tell everybody what you looked at him.
Yeah, so when I got home, I will say this. So when I got home, he had collapsed and he couldn't get up, and it was pitiful. I mean, really pitiful. But I could look at him in the eyes. I've been hunting a lot. We've seen a lot of things dying.
Yeah.
You're just being honest. We just have.
Yeah.
And I could look at him in the eyes, and I did not think he was dying. Yeah. I did. And I remember that night I just tossed and turned. Were all the sands out of his hourglass? Because I didn't want him to suffer at all. But I just felt like, no, anyway, so Mississippi State ran all these tests. They did echocardiograms. They thought he was having a heart issue. Then they thought there would be more. They did this CAT scan, all this stuff. But they finally, he was anemic when we got in there. His heart was racing, out of rhythm. And you normally have about 150,000 red blood platelets, and he had less than 10,000. They said he probably won't live through the night. So with a blood transfusion, and they figured out he had a bleeding ulcer, and that's treatable with meds. Within 36 hours, he's back up, trying to walk. So, I mean, they figured it out. I just there was a doctor over there, Dr. Kim. There was another one, Dr. Cologne, and a Sullivan. If you ever need to take your dog someplace and you can get to that Mississippi State vet school,
They got it going on. That's for sure.
Yep, they do.
Fantastic facility over there.
Do you guys ever get accused of being discriminatory since you don't let any of these other dogs in?
We do.
Yeah.
Yeah, bloodhound was actually bred to track humans
Ah, that makes sense.
out of prisons that escaped.
That's true.
There's been some good movies with that.
Isn't there a song about that? Old Red?
There is.
Old Blake Shelton.
Yeah. Laney, they got the question right. Is this the week we're giving away $2,500?
I think that's next weekend.
Oh, that's next week.
Dang, we-
Yeah,
I thought I seen it last week. That's what he said last week. I remember seeing it.
Oh, me. What else do we need to be at? What don't we know now about this Coon Dog Cemetery?
Y'all just need to come visit Labor Day.
Yeah, I say we go.
This monument with the tree and the dogs on it, that's pretty intricate. That cost somebody. What?
Russell Cutstone actually did that. The guy that actually did it was a coon hunter and worked at Russell Cutstone, and he's passed away now, Mr. Mayfield.
Oh, that's cool. He baited before he passed.
That really is. Well, is there anything else you guys wanted to say while you're here? Or,
Yeah, any shout outs, any places they can, I guess, follow you on the Facebook page?
Yeah, follow
Yeah,
us on
you
the
can follow
Facebook page, and like I say, mine and Frankie's both number. If you go to the cemetery, there's actually postings and signs up there that have, information about burying a dog, and got our contact information on there. If you if you do have a coon dog that meets the requirements and you want to have it buried there, just let us know, and we'll accommodate that.
How many folks show up at that September event?
It depends on the year. Some years we have.
Election year, we have 600.
Yeah. Yeah, all the politicians come out there.
I bet so.
Yeah, so some years it's just a couple of hundred. Some years it's close to
Average
1,000,
3 to 4 most of the time.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Well,
I bet some good stories
That's a
get passed around
shindig.
there.
Let me ask y'all
a buck
this.
dance.
Yeah.
What if somebody's interested in getting into coon hunting or dealing with the dogs? Are there any good websites off the top of your head, or books, or anything that people can check out to learn more?
Well, there's all kind of.
I'm sure there's YouTube.
First of
videos.
all, I would tell them that find them a good woman, because
Not a
our
coon
wives
hunter's
put up
widow.
with a lot of stuff.
Coon hunter's widow. That's what they call them.
And we, and that's a lot of the dogs that's buried. That what people don't understand is the time that people spend with training puppies. Get them, we raise all of our own puppies and train them and spend their lifetime, with them and stuff in the woods. And a lot of nights, a lot of weeks, we're spending more time in the woods than we are with our families, trying to get them ready for competitions or whatever. But so brace yourself if you're trying to get into that sport. It's like anything else, and it's like anything else. You can put as much money behind it as you want to
That's
these
right.
days, with all the tracking systems and everything. But yeah, there's a lot of good YouTube videos out there these days about how to train puppies, and if there's a lot of all the major events, all the UKC major events, PKC major events, do a podcast live with World Championship coon hunts and stuff. You can go on there and watch that. It's pretty neat to watch it live.
What about ethics with coon hunting? What are some do's and don'ts when it comes to, I don't know, asking permission or?
That's the main. Have permission to be where you're located, and be honest about what you're doing. And we go a hunting and we see deer everywhere. Don't be that one that's, man, I want to shoot that buck. Do what you need to do with your dogs, because all that really does is run your dog. 'Cause now he thinks he's supposed to chase a deer.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest thing that I like, for the honesty that you need to show the landowners. Show them you're not going to tear up anything or
That's
go across
big.
their field.
That's big.
Yeah. So if you're in a hunting club and all of a sudden some coon dogs show up, most of them probably have a name on them.
Most of them these days got a name and a tracking system and 3 collars around them, so that whoever's lost it knows where it's at. They're tracking it, and they'll be there shortly. But it's like a buddy of mine in Oklahoma was on a competition hunt and was winning some pretty big money, and he gets a phone call while his dog's treed. The cast is headed to the tree. He gets a phone call and he said, "Hey, I got your dog. It was down here barking up a tree, and I pulled it off a tree." And he said, "Turn my dog loose."
Yeah.
He said, because if the dog shuts up for 2 minutes, it gets minus, and he loses.
And
He's
you're
winning this hunt.
Hunting for $30,000,
Yeah.
you said.
Please let my dog go.
So so we appreciate you trying to do
Help
the right
that.
thing, but like I said, if it's if it's a special dog, it'll have a tracking system
Yeah,
on
most
it.
of them
and
got that antenna.
So-
coming out.
they know where he's at.
Okay, so I was just gonna say, you take them back to the clubhouse or something, and so they can come pick them up. But
Most
don't,
time,
don't leave.
they got we've got name tags on them with phone numbers. Just call, you know.
Yeah, ironically, that one my wife picked up didn't have an antenna or name or collar, nothing.
That's
Didn't have a
one.
reward on it.
That was the one no one liked, so they took all that off.
That's the one that wouldn't treat good.
That's right.
That was a rabbit
He was a
dog.
coon hound for sure.
Yeah, Frankie, I can't imagine anybody ever tells you no. I mean, it looks like to me, yes, sir, would be the first thing that people say when you ask.
I usually get the last word with my wife, and it's usually yes, dear.
Yeah, there you go. Wise man.
Well, look, he looks like somebody that could break me in half if he needed to.
I'm easy going.
Yeah, well, that's good. Lee,
But I am a supervisor, but I am easy going.
yeah, Lee, you look like a pretty mild mannered guy.
I try to be.
you got a level head on you.
Yeah, I try to be.
Yeah.
He keeps me out of trouble.
You know how you can tell if somebody's level headed, Lanny?
How their hats
It runs off both sides.
Yeah,
of the
tobacco runs out of both sides.
Oh, you are level headed. Never realized that.
Oh, me. What else do we need to ask, Dudley? You've had some good questions.
Well, I have had some good questions.
Guys, if you've never taken a youngster to do this, you can probably reach out and find somebody that you could take a kid and let them experience this. I would think you guys would enjoy
Most
it.
areas has like competition hunts. If you want to pull up like a UKC hunt or a PKC hunt, it's going to tell you where that location is. And anyone's more than welcome to come join me on any cast and me teach them, what we do. But most of the time, if you come on a cast, you really can't talk. You're a spectator.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to go pleasure hunting later that week or want me to teach you, and a lot of people's that way. There's a lot of us at the club will take you anybody anywhere,
Sure.
anytime.
Yeah, and don't feel like you're too young to get started because most all the clubs have youth hunts, so they have youth casts.
Scholarships. They have scholarships now too.
Wow.
And so you'll be hunting against other youth. You're not hunting against grown men trying to cheat you out of something.
Yeah. Well, it's got to be a big social scene around it. I mean, it would seem like.
It's very interesting.
Yeah.
There's a club across the river, Tennessee River, in Good Springs, North Alabama. They're a real Christian club. They have prayer before every cast. They give thanks to everything.
That's cool.
And there's nothing. Be a small group up there would be probably 20 dogs. Most time it's 40 to 60 dogs.
Wow.
I mean, that's just how good it is. More of a fellowship
Yeah.
deal than anything.
Yeah.
So with all that money, is there ever any trickery going on? Anybody trying to work their way in there?
Absolutely.
We don't want to get into
it's
that.
like anything else. You involved a bunch of money and it gets corrupted.
Yeah. He said absolutely.
So the love of money. Is
There's
the
been
root of
some
all
people
evil.
barred from the organizations for pulling stunts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
there are some altercations at times that people get barred from PKC or UKC because of ethics,
Yeah.
because of things they're doing on cast they shouldn't be doing. But for the most part, it's pretty peaceful. I mean, the majority of the cast you hunting these days, it's the big money stuff. It's the same people you're hunting.
Yeah.
It's
Pretty tight group.
it's a pretty tight group. So
And these dogs, I mean,
most of them know each other.
I mean, you got $20,000 and $40,000 dogs.
that's
here.
what I was getting at. 20 and 40. So I mean, like if one of these guys wins one of these things, I mean, there's liable to be. I mean, do people buy and sell them much, or
Well, one of my buddies in Florida, I think he's done $350,000 this year with a female.
he ain't selling her?
No, she's not going nowhere.
So is he a full-time coon hunter?
No, he's not a full-time coon hunter.
there
He
are
might could be at 350.
He's a good coon hunter. He's a good sportsman, and he's got money, so he just does it
'Cause
for
he loves
sport.
it.
He loves it.
There are some full-time coon hunters out there. There's some, young guys that ain't married that these older guys who have really nice hounds, they'll pay them and a lot of times give them gas cards and a vehicle
Wow.
just to drive all over the country.
I got one when I was in my teens, 17, 18. I actually handled a dog for Charles Dawson that we actually won a lot of money with.
Wow. And on the handling part of it, is it you tone them, or is it voice
Well,
commands?
in a competition hunt, you can
can't
have
do
a
either.
collar on them, but you
Okay.
can't use it. But pleasure hunting, like I've got one of my best dogs now. He's like being on a remote control. I mean,
Yeah.
he can be a mile and going the wrong way or getting too close to a house or somewhere where I don't want him to be, and I can tone him one time, if I tone him one time, he'll turn around. If I tone him 2 or 3 times in a row, he'll be back at my feet as quick as he can get there.
Yeah.
Mine's a light, so I got a light on mine.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like Lee, I can cut my light on, and he'll stop and come back. But if I cut it on flicker, it's got a flicker switch. You could see he's coming in a beeline straight to.
He coming back. Yeah.
Because that next button's that shot call.
So just to put all the deer hunters at ease around here, think coon hunting messes up their deer hunting. Most guys these days have training collars on their dogs, and most of the dogs that are worth having won't run a deer anyway. And I can take you hunting at night and show you all the big deer you want to see.
They might get up, but they don't go
Matter of
far.
fact, last
They know if they're chasing them or not.
last year we got deer and a few turkey behind my house,
Yeah.
and
Oh. Here we go. How you
Yeah.
well, we was going to do some trading on some coon hunting.
Yeah, we made him come down here and stay the
We
weekend.
can do that. We got a spot.
So last year, my son Silas is here with us today. He deer hunts, and I've got a spot behind my house. I coon hunt regularly, and I went over there the night before and turned the dog loose, and there was a pretty good buck bedded down across a barbed wire fence, and I cut my dog right beside it. He goes in there and trees a coon. I went in there and I shot that coon out to him, and come back by, the deer's still bedded down there, and I told Silas, I said, "There's a deer bedded down there. Go kill him in the morning," and he did.
Hey.
So
Ain't nothing like, we call that MRI.
Yeah.
so,
Most recent.
Foresight. That's
Yeah.
foresight.
That's
yeah,
right.
So don't, most good coon dogs don't fool you deer.
Yeah. Yeah. Makes sense.
Well, this has been a lot of fun.
Very fun. Very
Yeah.
interesting.
Guys,
I'm ready to go.
I've got one big announcement that we need to make.
No.
Get the horns ready there, Rich, if
All
you
right.
would.
Here we go.
But this is earth-shattering. It's something new. Lanny is turning 50 years
Oh
old
my
tomorrow.
gosh! Why you
Wow.
gotta bring this up?
50 years old.
The big
Bobby.
5-0.
I was trying to fly under the radar screen, buddy.
Well, it may not happen until next week, so nobody's going to bother you.
That's true. That's true.
But when it does come out, I bet
Big 5-0. It's here.
5-0.
You get all them birthday
You
wishes.
go coon hunting on your birthday.
That's so good.
There you go.
Oh, my goodness. Lee Hatton, Frankie Hatton, formerly Francis Hatton.
Once upon a time.
Almost.
Yeah.
Almost.
You guys are a lot of fun.
Yeah, y'all are a lot of fun.
I can imagine it'd be a lot of fun to go on a coon hunt with you.
No doubt about it.
Yeah. Me and him are sort of peaceful. If you add one or two of our kin folks, it don't get peaceful.
It gets real competitive.
It gets real competitive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lee, I thought you were just trying to avoid me for all those years. I'm
Well, it
I'm
wasn't
thankful
years.
we
It was just
Yeah,
11
months.
months.
Yeah, he called me several times. Says when you get an opening, we need to go. So
Yeah, I'm so
Busy man.
Well, people avoid me a lot.
and I happen to be
I
done.
know you're used to dealing with that, though.
Hank Jr.
Yeah.
I can't get a call back.
He's gonna
Yeah.
call one day. We
Hank-
might get a shout.
I think
from
we're
Hank.
done with him.
No, I'm not. Hank Williams Jr.
I'm trying to
Love
play
that.
reverse psychology.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's
Oh,
true.
yeah, I didn't
Well, you
realize
get Hank
that
here, we'll take him coon hunting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't.
He's
want
done
Hank to
been.
call.
Hank's done been came on.
No, you know he has.
I bet he does. I think everybody at some point in their life, so a lot of guys like you, it just sticks with them, and others, we kind of moved.
It's
over
odd.
into-
I've never been in as much time as I spent in the hunting community, the hunting woods, and just never done it.
And you like being out in the woods at night too.
I love being in the woods at night.
Yeah.
Sure do.
That is odd.
Your wife know that?
Yeah, she's out there with me. Usually.
Okay, just making sure.
She's at the house. I can just walk from the
Yeah.
house. I'm kind of like y'all,
But if Lanny hears an owl, he's right back at the house.
Oh, whatever.
Especially at
You're the one
daylight. He goes out in his pajamas.
This is Mr. Spooky right here. I can tell you.
Oh, you'll hear some stuff out there at night, especially if you're hunting by yourself.
I ain't gonna lie. I've
You'll
been in
hear
the
some
woods a
stuff.
lot at night, and I've ran out of there a lot
Yeah.
at night too.
A
just to be
bobcat
sure.
will skew you to death.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no doubt
Y'all
about
ever
it.
had
And
a-
a fox, honestly.
A fox is really scary.
I'd
A,
be like,
a
what?
squinch owl will scare you
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Yeah, sure
Fun
will.
stuff.
Guys, is there anything else we need to cover?
You hadn't asked them
What was I?
if they've ever ran into a long-tailed cat.
Well, look, I think they would have already volunteered that information.
So
Sound only.
I
for me.
haven't witnessed it myself, but I had a buddy of mine. We were hunting a couple of years ago, and he swears up and down that he's seen one. As we'd left our hunting spot, we was actually headed home, and just right below my house. There's a pretty sharp curve there on Blue Water Creek, and he swears up and down he's seen one cross an open hayfield in front of his headlights, which is only like 100 yards from my house. But he swears that, but I didn't see it.
He said the tail was as long as the cat was.
I have seen them at Cherokee, Alabama, where the Coon Dog Cemetery is. I seen when I was working there 20 years ago, and probably longer than that, and seen one cross the road down there.
Thank you.
Close to that management area.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
I told you, Bob.
We even got buyers. We even got buyers now.
This isn't just anybody. This is somebody that practically lives in the woods.
Yeah, knows what they're talking about.
What about you, Frankie? You got a long-tailed cat story?
No, I've really never seen a long-tailed cat. I think we heard one night in actually Waterloo on the river. And I asked, what in the world was that? And he said, that's a big cat.
Yeah. I've heard them at Joe Champion. Heard them in South Alabama, down at Portland.
Have you ever sent your dogs in and they come back like,
I ain't going in there.
Only sometime in hogs.
Oh,
Yeah, hogs.
that's good.
Hogs will cause them to come back,
Yeah.
especially the older dog, smarter dog.
Yeah.
Now, I have had hogs kill one of my younger dogs. So
They're pestilence.
guys need to coon hunt more. We need to. We got too many coons. And
There are a lot of coons. I'd say more than I've ever seen.
yeah.
Yeah, it's surprising. I mean, a lot of people deer hunt, turkey hunt. There's so many other options out there, and folks used to be more diverse in what
Well,
they
small
hunted.
game hunting, and the fur industry and all those other things.
Well, and there
too,
weren't
so-
as many deer.
Yeah.
There weren't as many turkey.
No, there
back-
weren't any
Yeah.
deer. That's right.
coyotes, I remember when there wasn't no coyotes. I never seen a coyote till I got up in teens.
Yeah, armadillos used to not be around
That
here.
is, I remember when
That's
the
something that
armadillos.
shouldn't be here.
No
Frank-
doubt about it.
Frankie, how old are you?
57.
Do you,
57.
do you remember
August.
turning 50? Do you remember things just starting to ache and grind?
Yeah,
about
and
50,
then-
wasn't it?
I was in pretty good shape till I got a four-wheeler to coon hunt in, and that's messed me up.
But it just made life easier, though.
Well,
didn't it?
I don't know about that. It's harder to get up now.
Oh my goodness, Lanny,
What?
50 years.
Can we
old.
move on? Thank you.
If I'd have had a little more heads up, we probably would have gone to Walmart and got you a cake.
It's okay. Don't worry about
We do love you, though.
Some black
So
boy.
someone's
y'all
gonna have to
too.
go turkey hunting with him to hip him up now.
it. There we go.
Man, we're not gonna do that. We'll
That's
just
what I do for him.
We'll just leave him.
Yeah.
All right, guys, this has been fun. Richie, you got anything?
The only thing I got is your buddy there who was in that tournament and $30,000, and the guy grabbed his dog. How'd it end up?
He turned the dog loose. The dog went back to treeing, so he didn't get mine.
Oh, yeah.
He
Good
actually
question, Richie.
He actually won the cast. So
Phew.
Good thing he called
he
him.
got a good thing you called him.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Yeah, that's amazing how that worked out.
30 grand.
It's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
People do a lot of things to win 30 grand, I would think.
Yeah, I mean, that's like more than you win in a Calcutta at a golf tournament.
Yeah.
They actually have cow cutters at the competition hunt sometimes.
Little side action going on. I bet it is.
That's big time.
Yeah.
I bet you're the enforcer. You make sure everything gets
Well,
done right.
it's not when you got one of the top 10 dogs in the nation or in the state, and then they go to cutting your dog, and you sitting there, oh, do I really want to spend that?
Right.
Yeah, I'll let one of y'all have him. I did that actually in Sullivan, Alabama, and it was about $1,500 purse. And I said, I ain't giving that much, and dang if I didn't win.
That's exactly what would happen to me.
So,
All right, guys. Lee Hatton and Frankie Hatton. Can people look you up on Facebook, or do they just got to go to the Friends of the...
yeah, but we actually got Facebook pages.
Yeah.
Or I do.
And then they can go to Friends of the Coon Dog Cemetery.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sweet.
Yep. What a romantic weekend this would be.
Yeah, you should take Melissa over
Well,
there.
she's been. We've
Does
done
she-
the whole...
Does she buck dance?
She did. I don't know.
That'd be a good place to go on a picnic. Take a picnic. to
Well, I
the
know
Coon
you've been
Dog
you took
Cemetery.
dancing lessons for your wife's.
There
I mean,
are.
for your daughter's wedding. Surely
Yeah.
you could go up there and
Boy, those-
represent us well.
I'll
failed
pay her entry
miserably.
fee. Go ahead and bring I'll pay her entry fee.
I'm interested in that line contest. I think I might could do good in
Yeah,
that.
I know you could.
We may have a new champion.
Yeah, the tall tails.
All right, guys. This has been fun.
It
Thank
has
y'all.
been fun. Thank y'all
Enjoyed
for
it.
being
Thank
here.
y'all for having us.
It's great for y'all being in the studio with us.
Yep.
Good
Say
to be
goodbye,
here.
Dudley.
Goodbye, Dudley.
Get us out of here, Richie.
Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of the Gamekeeper Podcast, and be sure to tune in again. Subscribe to Gamekeeper Farming for Wildlife magazine, and don't miss the Mossy Oak Properties Fistful of Dirt podcast with my good buddy, Ronnie Cuz Strickland.